Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Steve's house. This is my lid for my new 5-gallon tank. Here's, I'm assuming, the filter and light. So here we're gonna put this up. Trying not to cut myself when I do that. Yeah, it's just the exact same as the other aquarium there. So basically just upsized version of that one. I'm not going to put any of the boxes and stuff onto the tank, which is just going to hang in here right now. Yep, just because when I did that with the other one, it kind of caused me some problems. So yeah, just going to show off everything inside. You have, this is the, why are they all, yeah, they're all like glued to the side, so I guess they don't move too much. Here is some, here's the filters, that's the filter. Here is the light. You can see it. Cord for the filter. It's not what filter it is. This will be filter and all its components, I guess. It's really awkward. So yeah, it does come with a little like pre-filter. But show you guys better. Fun, so the shrimp here get start up. Alright. So welcome to another episode of Steve's house. Today I will be showing you how I am setting up my 5-gallon aquarium, sorry. You can see I started off with this lug as the centerpiece and realize that, you know, trying to fix it so it looks nice in the tank. I do apologize for the glare. Yeah, did not think that far ahead. So, what you can't see right now is I'm grabbing stuff right now, having a little difficulty opening the bag of substrate. So, yeah, kind of seeing the glare of me trying to cut it, dripping. So, this is going to be the upgraded tank right now for my little 3-gallon before so that way you get stuff. Alright, so now I'm going to pour the substrate in. A lot of water because it was like bioactive, which was weird that it had a lot of water in it. I guess, you know, for the bacteria. Sorry you can't really see it that well, but kind of see it at the bottom of the video here. So I'm pouring it in. I'm a little difficult because it's really like sticky, so really hard to get a lot going out of the bag. Sorry if anything problems with the voice, because this is my first time trying to do a voiceover for a video here. So, hope you guys enjoy it. Yeah, I'm getting some of it's falling on the log and around the log. Yeah, I'm trying to build a little bit of a backstop behind the log right now, just to kind of give a little extra sense of depth to the video. Oh, did not mean to do that. Sorry, I put the bag right in front of the camera. Having a little difficulty opening the bag some more. So yeah, there it goes. You can see it's coming out a lot better now. While I was doing this, I've been just trying to find the best ways to move some stuff. See here, I'm going to remove the lug. He's trying to make sure it kind of stays out, so it creates a little bit of a natural hide for the shrimp and fish to kind of live in. Yeah, there I am pouring the rest of the sand. Again, sorry for the glare. Yeah, trying to get as much of the sand out. There's a lot of it still inside the bag. So yeah. Hey, so don't forget everyone to like and subscribe to this video if you want to see more. Here you can see me kind of smoothing out the sand a little bit with the little tool. a lot different than how I'm having a little difficulty, as you can tell. First time really using it, other than just kind of just, because it works a lot better on sand than it does on rocks. So yeah, kind of moving into the back corner to build a little bit of a kind of a natural forming hill, so the tank can have a better sense of depth behind the log. I plan to put cardinal plants onto that backside to kind of build like a little mini forest area of them. So here's one. I really like the cardinal plants, and on that little upper ledge there, it'll create a better sense of depth. You see, I put the log back in, kind of looking at it, adjusting it, trying to scrape off some of the excess sand. I'll build a nice flat area. See, in that kind of far corner there, it's kind of stuck. It kept getting knocked up a little bit. Continue scraping, continue like flattening everything out, trying to get it to look good. Well, spoiler alert, it does not. The sand does not get fixed completely. Do it. Little small little adjustments, so I fix everything. So I have that shrimp log there that I got just from local pet store. Little shrimp hide. These are some rocks I just cracked open on my house. Behind my house, just kind of using that rock right there to hold down the log a little bit, trying to make sure it's pressed in. See, so it hopefully doesn't float away. Well, that's why the rock's on it, sorry. Press it in because that's kind of how I want it to lay. You see me moving, trying that rock, but it's kind of big and awkward, so I moved it. Let's see, yep, and then, kind of just messing with the rocks, trying to see what can hold it down for now. Yeah. I'm working on it. It's going good, having a little difficulty. I breaking some of the rocks up, just what had myself get hit by one of the rock pieces. See, now I'm trying to just throw in some of the smaller little specks. So kind of a light rock, so it's kind of darker in color, and it really complements the rest of the terrarium. I can understand it's really hard to see anything right now because of that glare. So during my next video, I'll make sure it's not so bad. By closing my window. More rocks, and just strolling around trying to keep that log down because, well, the big log did not float at all. The little one kept floating, even though I boiled it and everything. So hopefully, if I kept it way down, it would not float away. Yeah, I'm still kind of deciding what to do with more rocks and everything. Yeah, so changing the rocks, so I'm kind of laying them around, moving around. That rock there that I just grabbed was incredibly hot, no matter what I did for some reason. Almost burned my hand. That's kind of why I'm taking a few seconds, because I kept dropping it because it was so hot. So, one of my plans is also I'm going to add some Anubias around the outside of the log. So it'll look pretty nice, build a natural little hide. And yeah, now I'm swinging on some more little rocks just to kind of add a little extra, what's the word, like texture to the soil, because it is a very sandy soil, not super majestic, I guess is the right way to put it. Yeah, so I'm currently getting some more supplies out, obviously, as I had a big rock that I bought at the pet store with the other 2 logs, just to kind of add to it. It would be bigger and fit. You see, oh wait, sorry. Here's a little rope vine, like moss vine I found at the pet store as well. I like the idea of it to add kind of a bit of vertical height to the aquarium. See, I'm over here looking for some my aquarium glue just to hold them in place. And it was a bit hidden under everything. It took me a few seconds to find it. But yeah, the idea that rope vine is to also give like the shrimp a little extra vertical distance, basically, so that they have some additional area to climb, since they won't have the mass carpet of hornwort that they do in their current tank. So I'm currently getting glue set up on the rock, on the moss, so it'll stick to the side of the tank without floating away. This is kind of really the first time I've really tried to glue something with it, so it's kind of slipping a little bit. I am cleaning up some of the glue that bounced on the wall. Did not get it very well, and eventually it did just wash off. You know, you kind of see me still messing with it. It's not really staying how I want. I am trying to hold it up. I will tell you, spoilers, it does not move. It does move because of other problems. But sorry about the glare, but for the other side of the rope is about probably 3/4 of the way up the tank right now, so it's very much like just like an almost incline up to the top of the tank. And well, halfway up the tank, sorry. And here I am trying to put more glue in, it falls off on the other side, which was a bit annoying. So I had to kind of panicky fix it. Yeah, you kind of see me just, I'm pressing it against underneath the glare. I'm pressing the vine against the wall to hopefully get the glue to stick. So yeah, that was very annoying. There I am taking it out. Now I'm going to kind of try to do try to just hold in spots so glue sets, or not, because it obviously did not set. So now I'm going to try to bend it so it goes around the log and kind of stays on the log while I hold it in place. Because it's basically just a group of a bit of Java moss like around a pipe cleaner, like metal, soft aluminum or something like that. So I have it set up right now so it won't move while I wait for it to dry. So I'm going to glue the side again, hopefully get it to set. This was probably the hardest part of this whole tank building process, was because the glue did not want to set for the life of me. Yeah. Here I am messing with, still messing with the different parts of it. I'm trying to get as much done. Put the glue away, obviously, because that glue, for some reason, kept doing the stupid thing. So now you can see I have set up all the equipment for the tank while I waited for the glue to dry. I have on the right hand side is the heater, on the left is the pump, then on the middle is the light, which you can't really see very well because, well, there. And now I'm going to fill up the tank with just regular tap water, basically. And so yeah, the problem with this tank was that how the pump is, it's a little hand pump, so gravity needs to help it. So I have a, thing of water that I'm holding. So after I filled it up a little bit, you can see on the right hand side is the little clip that I was using. It did not work very well, caused a bunch of the sand to get moved around. So now I'm over right now, currently just holding it up with one hand while trying to get the water flow to get the log so it does not spray everywhere. You kind of see in the left side my arms moving up. Having a little difficulty with it, obviously. And there you go, there goes the water. As for the little plastic pit, I took it out very quickly afterwards, obviously, because it was, just started floating. You'll see it here in a second, it'll start to float. So yeah. I'm planning with the Anubias, I'm planning to glue it to the kind of like back and sides of the the stump to give a little greenage, and as you can kind of start to see now underneath it, there's like a little opening for the shrimp to hide at and live, basically. So hopefully the Anubias's roots will kind of go under there and dig into the soil, building an extra layer of what's it called, hiding the shrimp. As for the shrimp log, I'm planning to stuff it with Java moss, actually, so the shrimp have an additional little place to hide while they live there. I like to, throw a hand out for my brother who helped me helped hold the pipe in place while I lifted the bucket up so we could fill up the tank. And yeah, I'm kind of messed up the the hillside a little bit, washing off some of the sand. I did fix it not soon afterwards. Sorry. Yes, need to fix it. As for the big kind of rock you see on the back right next to the shrimp log, that's also going to probably have another Anubias on it, just to kind of add an extra little layer of green. As for so I'm basically going to be moving the cardinal plants from my current tank over. The Java moss as well. I'm definitely not moving the hornwort because I dislike the fact that it's kind of overtaking the tank. I mean, it's a good plant, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of also just overtaking everything. So I'm planning to go with a similar plant, well, a slightly different one that will similar in properties to the hornwort, but hopefully it will just not grow as fast or as much. See, my brothers haven't holding it because we're talking right now. See, that's my brother just grabbing that out fast. I had to put down the bucket for a second, and as you see, the shrimp log decided it wanted to go free. I did eventually put it back, but at that current time, I'm just kind of trying to let it float and fill up the tank, get everything running. I did put it back. If the log went, the bigger rock on the back kind of went right on top of it, so it did not move anymore. We're kind of trying to figure out the best way to get the pump going again because it's having a little difficulty. Let's see. But yeah, and I'm also planning to maybe try to put some little Java moss around the log stump. And I'm putting baby dwarf tears, which will be new as a carpeting plant on the front of the tank. And so hopefully they'll give the shrimp a little extra area to kind of clean and look at instead of what they currently have, since I do not have the pebble soil, which I really liked, but sadly could not find in any available except in actually a similar 5-gallon version of the one I have, but it was too big for any available space right now. So yeah, if we're still having some technical difficulties with the pump, I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to soon invest in an actual physical plug-in pump to this hand pump, because that will actually work and hopefully have enough power to go uphill. Let's see. Yeah, and again, the shrimp log will also use as an additional little hide for the shrimp. And it's actually starting to absorb some of the tannin. It was also absorbed some of the tannins from the big stump. So it does have a very nice darker color, especially now. A couple of days after that I made it. Because of the absorbing properties of the wood, I guess. You know, it just kind of absorbed some of the water. And now it's kind of stained, I guess is the best way to say it. It was like stained the color of the wood. Let's see, so trouble. Oh yes, that's what it was. I was refilling the bucket because we ran out of water. That's why it's not going anymore. But yeah, that took a while. A lot of the rocks there haven't moved, and some of them I even set in the what's it called, sand a little better. As you can see, I'm kind of also still messing up the soil with the water going. Yeah, my brother's kind of left alone right now. Let's see if this is when we get it starting to go. Yes, it is. So now we got the water going. We're trying to figure out the best way to just kind of let it sit and refill. So yeah, again, trying to have a little difficulty to get the pump going because water. You kind of see it on the bottom right side. It's kind of the water is being pushed against the soil. Then I told my brother to move it at a greater angle. Still, it did worse. So we ended up stopping that, and I went and fixed it. Obviously, so that did not look good. Still filling up the tank pretty well. So he just decided to remove it from the little clip I had earlier and just move it across to the log again. But you know, it worked pretty well. And yeah, and then you know, get to see a nice view of what the shrimp log looks like. You know, partially after getting some tannins soaked into it. I mean, it's nothing incredibly special, obviously, but it's a pretty good hide for the shrimp. Problem is, it really floats a lot. So after soaking it for a day and then boiling it, it's still not floated. Still floated. So I mean, as of right now, it does not float now. A couple days afterwards, is I just kept it soaking and it did stop soaking. Can't really see right now because the log's in the way. But the light's a very powerful LED lamp, That really helps everything grow. You can see there's already some pieces of the Java moss kind of floating around in the water. Especially if you look to like the kind of the right side, you can kind of see it just kind of some of the Java moss floating around a little bit. Nothing's taken root as far as I can tell from that stuff. It just kind of was the dead bits that were kind of hanging on, and then with the water just kind of fell off. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm also, when I get them, after I add the plants, I'm planning to get a new fish called a stone catfish as a new addition to the tank, plus some additional shrimp, just to kind of help increase the breeding, stock, basically. Don't want too much in breeding while it works. But yeah, the Harley Quinn, I'll probably get another Harley Quinn to throw in there too, so they all have a nice even number. The shrimp will be moved. Basically everything in the tank except for the Hornworth and the Anubias Nerite, which I cannot move. So the Hornworth will stay there because, one, I don't really like how it just takes over the tank. It is a great plant, and that's why I'm getting something similar to it. But the any of the Java moss and cardinal plants will probably get moved the day when I start filling up the tank. Add the plants to the tank. Technical difficulties, one second. But yeah, that's how it's going so far. So yeah, me and my brother are kind of debating right now if I give him a little cameo in this. He did not want it. He did not really want it, but this is how the tank's looking so far. It's really nice. It's very clear. Now it's some of the lug's natural tannins have kind of leaked in, so giving it kind of a like a brownish color. Not a super brown, dark brown, but a nice, almost light brown. Which, as I've said before, the tannins will help basically reduce the pH of the water level, plus they have natural healing properties. As you can see, I'm kind of messing with the filter right now, trying to get it to work. I did not soon after I got it to work, got everything plugged in and figured out, I put the lug back in and fix the soil a bit. So do you get to see if the pump gets turned on or not? No. You see, it's a very powerful light. There it is. There's the pump going, and it has a variable flow, so that's good for me because that means I don't really need the air stone anymore. I'm thinking about working on it. Let's see. Yeah. So that's basically the plan so far for the tank. I was thinking of maybe doing a Anubias on the top of the stump, then decided against it, mostly seeing how close the top of the stump was to the actual surface.